friendly to most people. The internet is a place where people can post whatever they want with a little repercussion as to what they're posting, and that's not a secret. That's been around forever. The ability to post whatever you wanted to post and not have to worry about what you're posting or who's gonna figure out who you are, and that's been a big thing. But some things on the internet, while most of the internet is used for good and used for making advancements in civilization and our ability to communicate with other people, it also has been used to show the most disturbing sides of the human nature. Due to the fact of the anonymity that the internet provides, it is also known as a scary place, and a place where people can meet untimely deaths and forever be lost, whether that be kidnapping or through fame. Now, I want to go over a couple of these with you real quick, just to kind of get this out of the way. And the first one is soup.avi. Soup.avi is a weird video that surfaced on YouTube and has no real answer. There are a lot of theories going around, but none of them really have been proven or disproven. The whole thing is shrouded in mystery, and all we know from it really is how unsettling it truly is. Soup.avi has 3 people in it. 2 people in costumes, and then 1 more at a table eating what we can presumably soup. That's why it's called soup.avi. And it was very unsettling, as the man that was eating the soup is in tears. He's crying, he's sobbing, and these 2 masked people in costumes come over and comfort the man while he's eating his soup. A lot of theories have arisen, one being that this is just an art project. It's just an art project, and it's kind of just for schooling and stuff like that. Another theory says that they were recording a video and the man was upset due to some circumstance, and these 2 costume people were there to try to comfort him and make him feel better. And the third one, which is the most fucked up in my opinion, and honestly has some backing to it too, which is probably why he's so in distress, is that these costume men abducted him and his wife from his home, killed the wife, and made his wife into a soup, and are forcing the man to eat it. Now, that's really fucked, really and truthfully, but I mean, to be honest, it would kind of explain why the man's so upset to be eating it. But again, that's neither here nor there, and it's not proven or disproven. Nor any of the theories or thoughts that people have suggested. All of them have been, thrown out there, but we've never gotten word from the creator or from the channel that has uploaded it, or from any of them, and no one has been identified in the video, meaning that we can't really go to those people and ask ourselves, because none of them have been identified. More videos have shown up, one being that the man is now back, and at the very end of the video, it's the same format. 2 guys in costumes stand in the back of the room while the same guy is crying, eating another bowl of soup. I believe that's what it is. And I'm not really sure if it's soup. It could be his wife, but for all we know, hopefully not. Hopefully this is in good spirit and just some kind of ARG or some art project. Hopefully, hoping for the best there, because it's very unsettling. But I digress. So continuing onwards, this one ends not in the guys comforting him, but at the very end of the video, one of the costume guys runs at the man in the soup, and it cuts out right before the costume guy in the costume can reach the. We'll call him the victim here, because he's clearly a victim, whether that being representation, whether it being just him being represented as a victim, or him actually being a victim of something much more sinister. So we'll just call him a victim. The next video does not include any sort of soup or anything like that, but includes the guy in a costume holding a tied-up new victim. And the last video that was posted, which kind of debunks kind of the more sinister side of it, almost kind of debunks it, is from a same channel. And the channel also, in the channel, it shows that a spectator is recording a video from the outside and sees one of the costume guys guarding either a place or like an entrance. And that's all about it. I don't believe it's uploaded to the same channel, but it kind of does add to the more scary aspect. But honestly and truthfully, I wouldn't really see why people would be outside in those masks guarding the place, assuming that, the controversy surrounding the soup.avi. So I almost kind of want to debunk, like say that it's not sinister, just because of the fact that nobody in their right mind would do that. But I guess that's neither here nor there, and that's not really my place to say. But moving on. And so that's soup.avi. The next one we have is one that's kind of sad, to be honest with you, and the one that I really wanted to get into today, and the really sinister and fucked up side of the internet. And the really sad story is of a 13-year-old Japanese girl that would regularly stream to a Japanese streaming site. I can't remember the name of it now when I'm thinking about it, but she streamed to a Japanese site. It would stream regularly. She amassed a pretty good fan base when she was there, which ultimately was very sad when certain events took place. Now this is going to be very dark, and definitely something that really shows the depravity of some people, and how hostile the internet can be, and how fucked up the internet can be, just because no one knows who they are. And this is the story of Roro-chan. I don't know if I've said that before, but now I'm saying it. But Roro-chan wanted to be internet famous and wanted to be, embedded in YouTube history forever. She wanted to be famous and wanted everyone to know who she was and her name. So one day she decided that she was going to immortalize herself in one way or another. This unfortunately led to her suicide. Roro-chan decided that she was going to take her life from jumping off of her balcony at her apartment. And by doing so, she believed that she would be immortalized on the internet forever. Now when I talk about this, I'm not going to go into detail on why she wanted to, as that's not the point. The point is what people's reaction was. Most people's reactions were about the same. One of the most notable sayings going on at the Twitch stream at the time was immortalize yourself some other way, and don't do it. Those were the most, and they were the most supportive. But unfortunately, the good did not outweigh the bad, and most were in support of her decision, and her decision to take her own life, which is absolutely fucked. Most people in the chat went along with her idea and told her to jump off, that she would be immortalized forever by doing so. And, she did. Everyone was, after the event took place and she jumped off, most people decided that that was not the right idea, which should have been noted a very long time ago. But she did. She jumped off, and people said that you could hear the instant screams of regret coming from her as she jumped off, which is fucked up in and of itself. But that's not the point I want to make. The point I'm not trying to make here is not the fact that a 13-year-old killed herself for internet fame. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make here is the aftermath. So one way or another, she was definitely immortalized. Not in the way that anyone should be immortalized, though. But she was. And, while we do have while there is a bunch of, support for her, and, people, saying that they're sorry for there and support for the family and everything like that. On YouTube, there's a subsection of this thing that is, Roro Chan deserved it. And in that, it's kind of just saying that Roro Chan deserved to kill herself and that she deserved to die. One video outlandishly claimed that she was racist and was the one that killed George Floyd, which I think was really dark and depressing. And I don't know how people how can people live with themselves saying that shit, man? Like, I understand a dark joke here or there, but this is a 13-year-old minor Japanese girl that threw herself off of her balcony, and people are here like, oh yeah, she deserved it, she's racist, she killed George Floyd. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why do people even draw that conclusion is my question. Like, I don't understand how people can actually think that that's okay to say. But again, it's the internet, and people know that no one can find out who they are, and they can get away with that, and it's disgusting. But anyways, moving on to another fucked up topic, and that is the story of monkey hate. So if you don't know what monkey hate is, it's fucked. Don't look it up, please. I urge you to never look up what monkey hate is. It's incredibly disgusting, and unfortunately, it's some people's fetish, which is disgusting. Monkey hate is it's a subgenre of animal cruelty and animal abuse, which has been a big problem on the internet for as long as it's been around, and specifically on YouTube. And what monkey hate is, it's the collective hatred of monkeys and the abuse toward monkeys, specifically what they would call tree rats, which are just regular old monkeys. Not orangutans, but just like your regular old monkey. I don't know what they're called, but regular old monkeys are specifically targeted for this monkey hate genre, and they are actively tortured, abused, maimed, and then sometimes even killed online. And this is all can be found on YouTube, which is fucking disgusting. After pollution entertainment, you'd think that they'd kind of crack down on that. Also, the animal abuse, the animal saving the animals videos, those are still up, which are not actually saving animals. That genre is them putting animals in life-threatening situations just to then record themselves saving the animal from the situation that they put them in. It's fucked. This is all fucked. But monkey hate is a genre that is growing, which is very unfortunate, and actually turns people on, which is absolutely disgusting. So that's kind of monkey hate in of itself. It's just animal cruelty. But yeah, I guess that's kind of why. But next is Pollution Entertainment. He has made a comeback. How the fuck did he make a comeback? But this overzealous fucking nitwit of a kid that's been doxxed online, that should absolutely be fucking swatted, has decided to come back. This fucking little parasite has decided to come back in the form of Pollution Entertainment. He didn't change his name. He didn't change anything. This cocky son of a bitch just came back and decided, oh, I'm gonna make more shitty content. His content sucks ass. He's a fucking human disgrace. He's a waste of life. If I wanted anyone to fucking die, it'd be him. I don't really like saying that people should kill themselves, but he should definitely be one of those people that does. I don't understand how he's able to come back on this fucking website, and he's garnered a following again. He's garnered a following. How the fuck do you get you just got kicked off of YouTube. You got criticized to hell. Nobody likes you. How the hell are you back? So unfortunately, if you didn't get it, Pollution Entertainment has returned. I don't know how. I'm not sure why. You think that eventually getting doxxed, like his name, his address, literally his name and his entire address being doxxed online, you know, you didn't think that was enough. Again, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be the one that doxes him, but I do know his name. It's Matthias. It's Matthias. Well, I know his first name. Everyone knows his first name is Matthias. I'm not gonna say anything more on that, but I have looked into it, and I've seen it, and that's about it for that one. It's just that he's back. The last why that I will say for today, well, the last why, like the big why, before I get into like the smaller ones, is Markiplier's video that is a tribute, not really a tribute, but him explaining the situation with his cousin that got into a fatal car accident and unfortunately did pass away in the car accident. Unfortunately, people have decided that they were going to target this video specifically to just be absolute dickwads. If I've seen internet trolls, it's definitely on that video. And basically the trolls are targeting Mark specifically, but also targeting I forget her name, and I'm not really gonna say it because it doesn't really matter even if I did know it. But the now deceased cousin is now being targeted, and I made a video on this a long while ago, and kind of fell off the train of watching it, and I kind of just left it at that. I kind of wasn't gonna do anything else with it, but I decided when I'm gonna make these the why situations, which I'm gonna call them from now on, which are basically just fucked up shit on the internet that I find or know about. I decided to come back to this one as when I looked back, because I look back to kind of see fucked up things that I can put on the internet, that I can put on the internet, but things that I can talk about that are on the internet. I found myself coming back to this one, and unfortunately the situation hasn't changed at all. He's still getting those 5 people that have made 10 different accounts just spreading hate and absolutely vile shit on it, on that video. And they spread to another video which I found I didn't know about before, but they spread to another one where he is with the cousin's dad talking about the situation, because he wanted to bring his I think it was Amanda. I'm gonna call her Betty, just because I don't know the name. I think it was Amanda, but I'm gonna call her Betty, just to, just for a name placeholder. If you know the name, then you know the name. But Betty, Betty's dad, put on there. And unfortunately the hate, while not as big as it was on the first video of just Markiplier talking about it, it's still there. It's still highly present, and it's unfortunate. I don't get it. It's stupid to think that people are actually think that shit is okay. It sucks to see that people actually think that shit's okay. And damn well that if they were in real life, they're just little neckbeard pieces of shit, probably they weigh 40 pounds, locked in their mother's basement all day. Sweaty, they don't know what deodorant is, they fucking watch My Hero Academia for a living and watch they watch the fucking children on the playground all day. That's probably what they do. I tried getting in contact with one of them just to kind of see what was going on. It was very nice. In fact, one of the people that I attempted to contact, I kind of I tried to fake being in support of what they were saying to try to get in contact with them. I didn't get any response. I just wanted to get in response to see what the fuck they were thinking when they were doing that. I tried to get in response with one of them just being a douche, another one just saying, "Hey, can we talk?" And another one where I acted like I was in support of what he was saying. I wasn't, and I was very far from supportive of his decisions, but I just tried to get in contact with him. No response, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But yeah, they're still going strong, unfortunately. There has been no letting up since the day I left. I even tried to talk to Markiplier about it. On one of his live streams, I donated, I think, about $50, and I said, "Hey," I told him the situation. I'm like, "Hey, man, you gotta delete the comments you gotta disable the comments on this video." I didn't, I didn't get any response from him, and I can't remember what live stream. I don't even remember what live stream I was doing. I donated $50 to. It might not have been $50. It might have been like 10 or something. But like it was a super chat though. He definitely saw it. It was on the screen. But he hasn't done anything about it since. So I kind of just leave it at that. Don't make it a mess. I mean, I respect the fact that he doesn't want to go back and look because he'll have to go back and see all those shitty comments, disable them, which I get. I mean, I absolutely agree with him not wanting to take action because he doesn't want to see all that, which I get. But unfortunately, that's just something that's still going on and that hasn't been resolved in the longest time. Alright, so for the last thing today, because I wasn't really I wasn't really planning on doing this. I kind of was only going to do Roro-chan, but then I decided to just branch out, and now this is probably going to be its own series. So I guess the last one we're doing is a theory on Mr. 112 Dirtbag, Mr. 112 Dirtbag. If you don't know the story behind this one or the theory behind this one, the theory goes that this channel with an old man laughing was directly related to a missing persons case, and the evidence was all there. It was actually all in the name. So again, I'm not sure of the name. I don't have scripts when I do these. I just kind of like I improvise. I improvise everything. So I don't have the name written down. So again, we're gonna call her Kelly. So Kelly was at college and told, I think, all of her friends and all of her teachers that she needed to go away for a long time due to family issues. We later learned from the missing persons report that she was never heard from again, as the missing persons report would say. Doing an interview with the family, there was actually no family emergency going on at the time that they were aware of, which means that they're most likely there was no family emergency at all. But this is where the connections with the name of the channel comes from. Kelly, last known location was her car crash that was on Route 112. And a trucker pulled over and tried to call the police. Kelly refused and actually wanted the police to have nothing to do with it. The trucker called anyways, but by the time the police got there, Kelly had already fled the scene, which we believe to be the woods. And so keep in mind Route 112, if you can get the picture. And during the interview, Kelly's father said that it was a group of dirtbags. That 112 dirtbag, Mr. 112 dirtbag, not douchebag. I'm sorry if I said that. That's not what I meant to say. But said that there were a bunch of dirtbags that took my baby. Mr. 112 dirtbag, if you haven't gotten it. Route 112, which correlates to the 112 on his channel, and dirtbag correlates to the name that the father gave the group of people that he believes stole or kidnapped his Kelly. So the evidence was all right there. It was really easy to figure out. Most people then quickly correlated that to that, and because on the day of her disappearance, which was her last known sighting, which was the anniversary, which was February 4th. On February 4th, Mr. 112 Dirtbag decided to create a video called Happy Anniversary, where he laughs maniacally for most of it, and then at the end says Happy Anniversary. That's all the evidence that most of the internet needed to come up with the decision that Mr. 112 Dirtbag had correlation, whether it be the one that kidnapped or, had some correlation with the disappearance of Kelly, as we're calling her. That's not her real name, but that's what we're calling her. We're calling her. Sorry. And so basically, that was pretty much it. He said he made a video called "Happy Anniversary" on the date of her disappearance. The name literally, the name literally has the route that she crashed on, and her last known location. And the dirtbag, the name that her father called the group of people that he believed kidnapped her, which he called them dirtbags. That's all. That's all the evidence that most of the internet needed to, make the claim that this man had some correlation with the disappearance. It was later debunked that this was completely false, and this was some sick man that decided to get some publicity out of the disappearance because he wanted, to be more well known. So he decided to make, to gain publicity off of this unfortunate missing persons case. And that's pretty much about it. There's not much to say about that case. Just a man that decided to literally make himself look like someone who had any involvement in the case, but really didn't. There's not much more you can say there. It's just a really unfortunate turn of events because most people thought that we could finally figure out where this woman went, but it was just some guy that just wanted publicity off of an unfortunate event, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But I guess that's really about it. I don't really have much else to say other than that, so I don't know. I might make this like its own series just because these are fun to make. It's fun to talk about the weird, disturbing side of the internet, as much as it really makes me angry sometimes. Especially with the sensitive topics such as Roro-chan and Mark's cousin. As much as it is a really sensitive topic to talk about, I really do enjoy talking about these topics, just because of how weird and nonsensical some of them can be, such as those weird creepypasta videos like Henry's Hungry, to name a few, and Salad Fingers, to name a few. There's also the weird, disturbing, dark side of the internet that not many people want to talk about, or people who do talk about kind of don't really go in depth with what's going on. And there's also the completely disgusting side of the internet which nobody likes to talk about, which is where live leaks come in and stuff like that. And I don't really want to go over live leaks when I talk about this, because live leaks are well known to be some of the most disturbing places, and it's kind of beating a dead horse if I talk about live leak and stuff like that. So I don't really feel like any live leaks can be going down. So basically suicide videos are kind of off the table. Not only that, because it's also a very sensitive topic that an 18-year-old guy who's playing Call of Duty, who has a Call of Duty video in the background, should be talking about. Nor am I qualified to talk about, the death of somebody. I'm also not qualified to just talk about death in general and suicide in general, because I'm literally playing Call of Duty with, a $2 mic that has no qualification to talk about death and, people taking their own lives, especially if I'm playing Call of Duty where I'm literally killing people. I feel like that definitely isn't the best decision to be making. So, the only reason why I talked about Roro-chan is because it wasn't on Live Leak, and it was one that's well known, and it's more of like a tribute to the fact that, people are doing this, and it's something that shouldn't be done. Like, it just kind of making it aware that people are doing this type of thing. It was kind of the same thing with the Markiplier thing, when I'm not really doing it to gain publicity. I'm not really doing it to talk about the death itself, but to talk about the impact that it's had on the community. But again, you do need to talk about, the death in order to talk about the impact it's had on the community, which is kind of something that many people miss the mark on, and kind of talk about the effect it has, or vice versa, just talk about the death itself, when you really need to talk about both sides of the coin in order to really, make it an effective speech. I wouldn't really call it a speech, though, but, an effective, informational and kind of, no, I wouldn't say educational, but getting people educated on the situation would probably be a better way to say it. Just so people can understand what's going on in the internet as of right now. As knowing what's on the internet is extremely important in this day and age, because you really need to know what's going on in order to really make an informed decision on the internet. Which, again, many people miss the mark on and just kind of move along with what they think is going on. So it's kind of just that weird side of the internet that kind of just doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I guess the problem is that with like these like really fucked up situations that's going online right now, it's kind of just it kind of affects the community as a whole on the internet, such as the marketplace situation, or what was it? I guess it kind of still is, with the whole situation that everyone's ganging up on, the cousin that died in a car crash and was completely unwarranted and anything like that. Compared to the situations like, the cartoon channel, which actually was a place where pedophiles were able to get in contact with children by masking themselves as actors that played in certain cartoons. One of them being, just off the top of my head, John Stamos was one of them. Now, he wasn't a channel, but I'm just making an example that someone would mask themselves as John Stamos and ask for phone numbers, saying that they were really excited and they wanted to talk to fans, and would ask for addresses and phone numbers. And one of the most infamous was Frozen 3. It was a 30-minute long video, just kind of to draw kids in, thinking that they were going to watch the third Frozen movie on YouTube for free. And that was a very sinister intention, as all the comments would be, people that masked themselves as actors, and would try to get these kids to give them addresses, phone numbers, and with the intention of getting in contact with these underage kids, which was absolutely disgusting. Thankfully, that somebody made a video on that. I can't remember who, but they made a video on it, and the whole channel got taken down. But it's still disgusting to think that the internet can be used for such a disgusting thing. Again, the internet can be used for all sorts of things, but I think it can be used as a way to inform people or to harm people, and I guess you just really gotta make an informed decision on what you look at moving forward. I don't know. I guess it's really my job to look at all the weird, disgusting things on the internet and just kind of decipher what they mean. I've always liked to. I've always liked to theorize about the meaning behind certain things. Like Henry's Hungry is an allegory for life and death. Is that how you use the word allegory? Analogy? I don't know. I don't know how to use the word. It was one of the two. For life and death, you never really know when death is coming. But but I guess it's kind of the same thing, but also really different in the way that people think about everything works. And I don't know. The internet's always been such a weird place. It's been a place to inform people. It's been a place to harm people. It's been a place to mask dark intentions. And it's also been a way to bring light to something that is extremely important to most people. But at the end of the day, though, I guess really the main takeaway from, looking at weird things on the internet is to make sure that you know exactly what you're looking at. And so yeah. So I guess really, just I don't know. I'm doing an educational bit. The whole point of this was to ask what the fuck is going on with the internet right now, in the sense that everyone's just ganging up on this poor innocent 13-year-old girl who, took her own life, and now we've gone to talking about some guy eating soup on a table with two creepy costume guys behind him. I don't know. Today is weird. Today's been weird. I'm tired. I had to get up at 3 o'clock this morning to go to work. I'm out of it. But anyways, I think that's about it. I'm gonna shut up now. I have to go to sleep. I've been playing Skyrim all day. I've been playing Skyrim and creating a house all day in Farkoth. Farkreath? I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know. But anyways, I'm done. But stay awesome, stay fresh, stay you guys, and I don't know. Don't look up Frozen 3. It's not a real thing. You'll probably be talking to some pedophiles. That was a real thing, by the way. That was a real thing. Alright, I'm done.